Have you ever traveled to a place that just felt magical? Well, Maseru, Lesotho was that place for me. Chances are, you've probably never heard of Lesotho. But trust me when I say, this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever been. Today, we're going to check out some different things to do in the capital city, as well as surrounding areas, such as attractions, nightlife, and my accommodations, so that you'll have an idea of some things you can do if you decide to visit. So sit back and get comfortable as we explore Maseru, Lesotho. Now first, one of the main reasons many people don't know about Lesotho is because it's the 7th smallest country in mainland Africa in terms of area. Secondly, Lesotho is a country within a country. And what I mean by that is that it's completely surrounded by South Africa, which adds to its uniqueness. The entire country only has a population of about 2.3 million people, which is tiny. And its capital city, Maseru, only has a population of 300,000. So, prior to visiting Lesotho, I heard about a place with lots of fun activities that I could try out called Cray. So I decided to make that my first stop after I got settled into my hotel. When I arrived, I was surprised to see that there was only one other group of people there, but it ended up being cool because they invited me to spend the rest of the day with them. Cray is kind of a small outdoor area with different activities you can participate in. But the main reason I decided to come here was because of the four-wheelers. It was actually my first time riding one. Overall, Cray was just okay, but what made it great was the awesome people I met. After we left Cray, my new friends asked me if I wanted to visit a place called Cray Caves, which obviously I said yes to as I'm a tourist. So we started on the journey. About 40 miles outside of Maseru, Cray Caves is truly a stunning place, and the area is unbelievably beautiful. When you first arrive at the visitor center, you'll be greeted by friendly staff. You'll have the option to walk down the mountain to the caves, which takes about 30 minutes, and isn't too difficult if you're in decent shape. Or you can ride down to the caves on horseback, which is what we did. On the way down to the caves, you're going to see some amazing views. Nestled in the heart of the countryside, these caves whisper stories of past civilizations. Carved by hand centuries ago, they served as shelters for the local tribe, protecting them from the elements and preserving their culture. What's even more cool is that the descendants of the original inhabitants of these caves still live here in these mountains and are the ones giving you the tour. If you visit Maseru, Cray Caves should be a must visit during your trip. You won't regret it. So after spending the day outside the city, it was time to head back in town to check out Maseru's night scene. As you can imagine, in a country so small, the nightlife isn't going to be as big as some of the major cities I've taken you through on this channel. But Maseru definitely has some good spots. Their main nightclub during my visit was a club called Cashapp. I really enjoyed this spot and actually visited twice during this trip. The DJs they had rolling through here were amazing. The vibes in here are on point, and Lesotho has some gorgeous women. Maseru also has a nice spot called Bar 1, especially Thursday, which is their karaoke night. They had well-priced drinks and a very lively and fun crowd, which is great for any karaoke night. The cool part was not only that people were performing the Amapiano, Afrobeats, and American songs that I knew, but I also loved watching them sing their local and traditional songs as well. I had a great time. The following day, me and some friends decided to take a visit to the popular Motyani Falls that I read so much about prior to visiting Lesotho. Now from the city center, it's like a 2-hour drive, but it's well worth it. Not only because of what you're going to find at the falls, but also because the drive there is extremely beautiful. Lesotho is full of rugged mountains, lush emerald green valleys, as well as crystal clear rivers. And you get to see all of this during your drive to the falls. My camera doesn't do this beautiful scenery any justice, but trust me, it's amazing. You'll also see many farm herders, as well as old traditional huts and communities, which is very cool to see. So, when you finally arrive to Motyani Falls, you'll first enter the visitor center, which is the only modern building for miles. But after you park, be prepared to be hypnotized by the falls. Motyani Falls is one of the gems of Lesotho's landscape, and is a testament to both nature's grandeur and the country's rich history. With water plunging 192 meters, it's one of the tallest single-drop waterfalls in Africa. But beyond its sheer beauty lies a deeper tale, as locals believe it holds spiritual significance, connecting them to their ancestors and their land. While here, there are tours that allow you to hike down the falls, go horseback riding in the area, and many other activities. Or you can just enjoy the views from the visitor center's deck, or hike down the edge of one of the cliffs like we did. No matter what you choose to do while here, I'm sure you'll have a great time. Over the next couple of days, I decided to try out a few of the restaurants that I heard so much about. My favorite one was Cafe What. This was a very cool restaurant with a unique setup. They had multiple different dining areas with different vibes. Some areas played music, and others were good for just talking and chilling with friends. On top of that, the food was pretty good too. Another restaurant I recommend was a place called The Market. I was told that if you come here during the weekend, it has more of a lounge setup, but I was only here for the food, and they had a pretty good steak. Now, the place I ate at the most while in Maseru was a place called Le Pain. This small little restaurant and bar had a very good yet affordable food menu. Plus, this is where I first tasted the local beer. From what I can tell, there are many good restaurants in Maseru, and I'll definitely be back to try as many of them as I can. As far as my accommodations, I stayed at the Avani Hotel and Casino. I booked their superior room, which cost about $115 per night. The room was very comfortable, had all the amenities you would expect from a 4-star hotel, plus had a great view from the balcony. The hotel also had a beautiful pool area, a large gym, multiple bars and places to relax, and also a pretty good restaurant. I was told that this was the best hotel in Maseru, and it didn't disappoint. Maseru, Lesotho was absolutely wonderful. I met a bunch of friendly people, saw a lot of beautiful outdoor scenery, and had an all-around good time. Don't be shocked if you see me here again sometime later this year. As far as visa requirements, US citizens do not need a visa to enter Lesotho. And I know this doesn't have anything to do with visas, but check out how small this airport was. Anyway, I had a blast during this trip. If you've been here before or are from here, let us know down in the comments section some places people should check out during future visits. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.